Imagine discovering that the reason your life feels limited, repetitive, or just off isn't because of bad luck or lack of effort, but because you've been living as a fraction of who you really are. From the moment you were born, you were trained to believe you're just a person, a name, a body, a story. But what if that's the biggest lie you've ever been told? What if you were never meant to fit in, but to create from within? The truth is, you're not just a part of reality. You're the one generating it. And while that may sound wild, deep down, you've felt it. The sense that you're meant to command your life, not survive it. In this video, I'm going to show you how to access the divine identity buried under your programming, how to use silence to regain control, and how to consciously create from a place of true inner power. This isn't about thinking positive. It's about awakening the force that's been silently waiting for you to remember who you are. After this, nothing in your world will feel the same. 1. The divine amnesia you were born into. Most people spend their lives trying to become something, never realizing they've simply forgotten what they already are. From the moment you were born, you were taught to respond to a name, to identify with a nationality, to believe in limitations. But before all that noise, there was something purer, silent awareness. That's your divine identity. The inner power you carry didn't disappear, it just got buried under the noise of survival, expectations, and fear. You've probably felt it before. Those quiet moments when the world slows down and something inside stirs. It's not nostalgia, it's remembrance. That feeling you get staring at the stars or standing in silence. That's not you discovering something new. It's you returning to the truth. Awakening doesn't come with fireworks. It begins with a whisper, a subtle shift in perception that says, wait, this isn't all there is. Think about how kids play. They're pirates, magicians, astronauts, all without needing permission. That's not fantasy. That's raw, conscious creation in action. Somewhere along the way, most adults traded that power for being realistic. But realism without awareness is just limitation wearing a suit. What if remembering your divine identity means allowing imagination to become intention again? You weren't put here to conform. You came to create, not from ego, but from consciousness. The inner power you're looking for doesn't come from reading more books or chasing outer success. It starts by recognizing that you never lost it in the first place. And once that switch flips, something new begins to move inside you, a subtle readiness to question the next illusion. 2. The voice in your head isn't the real you. There's a voice in your mind that talks non-stop. It comments, judges, doubts, plans, fears, and sometimes even insults you. And the strangest part, most people think that voice is them, but it's not. That voice is a collection of echoes, memories from childhood, things your parents repeated, beliefs absorbed from media, teachers, trauma. It's not your divine identity. It's just a program that learned to speak your language and hijack your sense of self. Awakening starts when you recognize that the one hearing the voice is the real you. You've seen it in action. You decide to try something new, start a business, change your lifestyle, approach someone you admire, and suddenly the voice kicks in. Who do you think you are? That won't work. You'll just fail again. It's not prophetic, it's protective. The mind thinks safety comes from staying the same. But you're not here to stay safe. You're here to evolve. Listening to that voice without questioning it is like letting a broken compass steer your life. You'll keep going in circles, wondering why nothing changes. Now here's the shift. Next time the voice starts spinning, don't fight it. Observe it. Sit in silence, even if just for 5 minutes a day. Let the chatter run wild and watch it like a movie. You'll notice something strange. You're not the one speaking, you're the one watching. And that watcher, that's your inner power. That's the space from which all conscious creation begins. Meditation, journaling, and mindfulness practices can all sharpen that muscle. It's not about controlling the mind, it's about noticing that you're not it. And once that separation happens, once you taste the silence behind the noise, you'll never fully buy into the script again. Sure, the voice might still talk, but it won't dominate you. It'll become background noise, like static on a radio you no longer tune into. From that space, you begin to command reality differently, not from fear or mental noise, but from presence. And that's where a deeper kind of power starts to emerge, one that doesn't shout but patiently waits for you to notice it. 3. Command begins in the silence. There's something deeply uncomfortable about silence, at least at first. That's because we're used to filling every gap with noise, news, music, scrolling, talking, thinking, but silence isn't a void. It's the space where your true essence lives. When a man sits in silence without distraction, what he finds isn't emptiness, it's clarity. In that stillness, the layers of programming start peeling away. The more you rest in it, the more you begin to feel the subtle pulse of your divine identity underneath all the mental noise. The greatest spiritual teachers didn't shout, they whispered, and those whispers came from within. When you silence the distractions, your inner command center finally comes online. This is where conscious creation truly begins. From this space, you're not reacting to life, you're designing it. Try this. Turn off your phone, sit in complete silence for 10 minutes and breathe deeply. Observe the discomfort, the restlessness, the mental chatter. And then, something shifts. A deeper awareness shows up. That's you, beyond the noise. This practice isn't just spiritual fluff. It's a tactical advantage. In silence, your nervous system calms down. Your perception sharpens. You stop operating from survival and start accessing intuition. That gut feeling you ignored, it becomes louder. That vision you had years ago, it resurfaces. Silence is not passive, it's active reception. Athletes visualize before a game, CEOs take quiet retreats before big decisions, ancient mystics meditated for hours. They all knew one thing: real command over reality starts in stillness. Most men confuse control with noise, commands, meetings, deadlines. But command isn't about force, it's about frequency. When you walk into a room fully present, you don't need to talk much. Your energy speaks for you. Silence teaches you to trust that. It reconnects you to your inner power and helps you navigate life from the inside out. And once you learn how to access that inner stillness, you begin to see your beliefs differently. You begin to feel where they were built and where they can be rebuilt. 4. Belief is the blueprint of reality. Every single thing you experience, your finances, relationships, health, is filtered through what you believe is possible. If you believe money is hard to make, you'll unconsciously reject opportunities that prove otherwise. If you believe you're not lovable, you'll push away the very people who try to get close. Beliefs aren't thoughts. They're programs that shape how your reality unfolds. Most of them were installed in childhood, long before you had the awareness to question them. That's why your reality often feels like it's on repeat. It's not fate, it's a loop. Think of belief like a set of architectural plans. You don't see the house yet, but the blueprint guarantees the shape. And here's the thing. Your subconscious follows the plan exactly. No emotion, no negotiation, just execution. That's why repeating affirmations without changing the core belief rarely works. The outer change only sticks when the inner command has been rewritten. If your blueprint says, "I don't deserve more," then no matter what you build, life will quietly tear it down to match your inner set point. So, how do you rewire this? Start by identifying one repeating struggle in your life. Then ask, what would someone have to believe to keep creating this? That question opens doors. Journaling is a powerful tool here. So is listening to your language. The words, "I always," "I can't," "I'm just the kind of person who," those phrases reveal your subconscious code. Books like The Biology of Belief by Bruce Lipton or Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Joe Dispenza are great companions if you want to go deeper into this. Here's the empowering part. The moment you shift a belief, reality starts bending to meet it. Sometimes subtly, sometimes shockingly fast. Because life isn't reacting to your effort. It's responding to your identity. That's why awakening feels like a breakdown at first. Old beliefs collapse, and the system scrambles to protect what's familiar. But if you stay present, if you hold the new frequency just long enough, something unexpected happens. Reality starts reflecting the update, and then you start realizing you were never stuck, you were just misaligned. 5. The energy you carry commands. What shows up? You've probably noticed how some people walk into a room and shift the atmosphere without saying a word. That's not charisma, that's energy. Every thought, emotion, and belief you carry creates a frequency, and that frequency acts like a magnet, calling in experiences, people, and outcomes that match it. You're not reacting to reality, you're interacting with it energetically. The world isn't separate from you, it's a mirror reflecting your dominant signal, and once you realize that, you stop chasing outcomes and start tuning your inner state. Let's say someone constantly feels rejected. They might walk into a room expecting judgment, and without even realizing it, their body language, tone, and energy broadcast insecurity. People pick up on that unconsciously and respond to the signal, even if their words say otherwise. That's not magic. It's resonance. Your inner power is constantly speaking, louder than your voice ever could. Awakening to this means becoming aware of how your energy feels before you try to change what's outside. Because when the energy shifts, the experience follows. Now here's a practical way to start shifting your energy, your morning routine. Before you touch your phone, before the world gets in your face, sit still and ask, what do I want to broadcast today? Is it calm, confidence, joy? Then do something to activate that state, whether it's breathwork, affirmations, or 5 minutes of silence. Another powerful tool, music. The right song can reset your entire vibration. You're not forcing the day. You're commanding it by choosing your frequency. It's a small ritual with massive return. The mistake most men make is trying to act confident while still feeling afraid. That creates a mismatch the world can smell. Real confidence, real alignment starts from the inside out. The moment your thoughts, emotions, and body are all tuned to the same station, things start clicking. Opportunities flow, people respond differently. Challenges feel lighter, and this isn't luck, it's energy alignment. Once you feel it working, you'll never want to go back. You'll begin to sense that your identity and your energy are building something together, something that responds before a single word is spoken. 6. Creation is a response to conscious identity. You don't manifest what you want, you manifest who you are. That's the real game. Life responds to your dominant identity, not your momentary desires. If deep down you see yourself as someone who always struggles, then no matter how much action you take, struggle will find its way back in. Conscious creation begins when you shift how you see yourself. And not just intellectually, but energetically, emotionally, and behaviorally, because your current results aren't random. They're a reflection of the role you've unconsciously agreed to play. Take a look at any area in your life that feels stuck. Ask yourself, who am I being here? That question alone is a door opener. A man who identifies as a creator doesn't wait for permission. He doesn't need approval. He chooses, acts, and adjusts. That identity isn't about arrogance. It's about alignment. You can start small, want to change your body, begin thinking, moving, and eating like someone who respects his vessel. Want to lead, speak, and act like someone who believes in his vision. The outer shifts only follow the inner claim. This is why affirmations alone don't work for most people. They're saying one thing while still being another. You can't trick your nervous system, but you can retrain it. Visualization is a strong tool here. See yourself in your new identity. Feel it. Dress the part, speak the part, make decisions from that future version of you. And yes, it'll feel fake at first. That's okay. Every new identity starts with practice, but over time, the energy becomes familiar. The world begins reacting to this new signal because now it's grounded in your being. When you claim a new identity with awareness, life has to respond. Not because you forced it, but because you're now resonating with a new frequency. You've stepped out of survival mode and into the seat of conscious command. That's the essence of inner power. It's not about faking it, it's about embodying it. And once that new identity takes root, everything you once struggled to achieve begins to feel natural. It's no longer about chasing reality, it's about embodying the signal that naturally pulls it in. And the mirror of life, it's already catching up. 7. Reality is a mirror, and you are the light behind it. Here's something wild to consider. Nothing out there is as solid as it seems. Reality isn't some rigid machine. It's a responsive field that bends to your perception. Every person, every event, every moment you attract is reflecting your internal state. If your world feels chaotic, heavy, or unfair, it's not punishment, it's feedback. That's how the universe communicates with you. Awakening means seeing your life not as something happening to you, but something expressing from you. The mirror never lies, but it also never judges. Let's say you're stuck in cycles of rejection or financial scarcity. Instead of blaming circumstances, ask yourself, what is this trying to show me about me? That question shifts everything. Suddenly, the anger becomes insight, the fear becomes fuel, the mirror becomes a teacher. Real growth begins when you stop trying to change the reflection and instead start changing the source of the light. And that light? That's your divine identity. You've always had it. You've just been looking at the glass, not the glow behind it. Start practicing this shift daily. When something frustrates you, pause and reflect. What emotion did I carry into this? What belief is being mirrored back at me? This isn't spiritual bypassing, it's spiritual precision. Journaling your emotional patterns, tracking your reactions, even speaking out loud what you're noticing, these are all tools to help you command reality from within. Remember, the mirror can't show you peace until you carry peace. It can't reflect power until you own it, and you don't need to fake that ownership. You are that power, always have been. Once you begin seeing the mirror for what it is, you stop being a victim of circumstance. You become a sculptor of experience, no longer blaming, no longer begging. You shift into alignment. The external starts adjusting, not because you forced it, but because the source changed. Reality bends to presence, not pressure. And now, that presence inside you, it's stirring, quietly preparing to take the lead. Not to chase the world, but to shape it, one conscious command at a time. If you want to elevate your vibrations and manifest with more ease, I have prepared something special for you. Click the link in the first pinned comment and join us in the journey of awakening your inner mage.